Randall, and welcome to tonight's edition of the Regional News. We start off in Barbados, where the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training said on Sunday that all public schools are scheduled to open on Monday, September 21. However, some schools will start Tuesday, September 22, due to further adjustments which are required to be in place to meet COVID-19 protocols. The ministry released measures on September 18th for guidelines on the safe reopening of schools in the island. It was created in consultation with the Ministry of Health and Wellness, along with stakeholders such as the Barbados Union of Teachers, the Barbados Secondary Teachers Union, the National Union of Public Workers, the Association of Principals of Primary Public Schools, and the Barbados Association of Principals of Public Secondary Schools, with the hope of covering safety from home to school during the day and after school. These protocols were developed to ensure that students, teachers, and other staff can conduct educational activities in safe and secure environments. Regular classes will resume on Monday, October 12th. Teachers will contact parents to confirm the arrangements. And now for some news in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, who has promised that general elections will be held later this year, is also indicating that the campaign will be a short one, as his Unity Labour Party ULP seeks an unprecedented fifth consecutive term in office. And as he did in 2015, when the ULP defeated the New Democratic Party by an 8-7 margin, Prime Minister Gonsalves has told supporters to prepare for the short campaign. Gonsalves told the ULP virtual campaign rally that following the release of the campaign song Ring the Bell, party supporters have been clamoring for him to declare the election date and to romp home in victory 5 in a row. He said that in response to the call, he has been telling supporters to get on your marks. The general election is constitutionally due by March next year, but Gonsalves has said on numerous occasions that the polls will be held this year. And finally, now, the national debt of Bahamas is expected to hit $9.5 billion, 82.8% of the country's gross domestic product, given the economic environment produced by Hurricane Dorian and the global pandemic COVID-19, according to the Central Bank of the Bahamas Quarterly Economic Review for the second quarter of 2020. The CBOB report, in its 2020-2021 budget highlights, rehashed that the country's deficit to GDP ratio will increase to an historic 11.5% after the government attempted to shoot for a 1% result in the beginning of its last budget year before Hurricane Dorian. The report cites the government's response to Hurricane Dorian and the COVID-19 pandemic, the crisis that pushed the country far into a deficit to GDP danger zone. The Central Bank of Bahamas explained that value-added tax receipts are expected to decline by $433.8 million to $666.3 million, a softening of 39.4%. It added that taxes on international trade transactions are expected to decline by $151.8 million to $337.4 million, or 31%. And that is it for our region news this evening. And I continue to urge our viewers to stay indoors, wear those masks, use those hand sanitizers, and continue practicing social distancing.